Hello, and welcome to the latest and greatest episode of The Secrets of the High Demand Coach. And I'm here with another high demand coach. This is a new friend for me. We just met this morning. We both realized that we share something in common, and this has nothing to do with the show, but you'll just get a little in on the world that we function. And that is that we both have flies that love to show up just to be on camera. So for those of you watching video, if you see us randomly swatting or you hear our mics bump or whatever it might be, we apologize in advance. We're going to do our best to ignore them, but we both have a fly who's made a star appearance here this afternoon. With that out of the way, let's talk about my guest, because she's the reason that we're here. I'm so excited to have Miss Tameka Chapman on the show. Tameka is a U.S. Navy veteran. She's a television producer. She's an award-winning and international best-selling author, award-winning global speaker, former paralegal specialist, and seven-figure business growth consultant. In other words, there isn't anything she hasn't done. And most recently, she's the CEO of Mogul Media, LLC, and the creator and founder of Mogul TV Global Network, where she's attained her vision in offering empowering content that celebrates inclusion, uniqueness, and life lessons through a variety of shows. And I mean a variety. I checked it out, and it's just like variety is an understatement. There's so much amazing content there. But also through live events, interviews, and other media that are showcased on the network. So with all of that, Tameka, welcome to the show. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to come on and meet you and speak to you. I think it's going to be an amazing conversation that we have today. I'm excited. Thank
I
you.
think you're right. I think you're right. And I'd love to start off with the beginning of the story, if you will. I'd love to start with a little bit about how and why you got into coaching. What led you to this point? There's quite a background here, even just from your bio. I'm excited to hear.
Listen, my story probably is going to be a whole lot different from others in the amount of time and the length of time that I really totally embraced being a coach to others. But it really started like back in 2004. Like I will not share my age. However, back in like 2004, I found myself, I was working in a call center at the time. If anybody's, remember Singular before they became AT&T, I worked in a call center. But there's always been a bigger calling, a bigger mission, if you will, that I was supposed to be doing. And so I was actually doing what I'm currently doing in 2004 with all of the ladies who were surrounding me. We were supposed to be on a call, taking calls and helping you with your cell phone problems. So we were talking about, girl, listen, this is what you need to be doing. Okay, when you go home, check this out, do this, and you come back, I'll tell you the next thing that you should do. And so it really began that way. Again, I've had a 9 to 5 for a long, long time. And so I just continued to do it, one, for free, two, because I felt that people needed some guidance in what they were doing. It seemed like they were just doing anything and everything. And I was just like, why are you doing all of this stuff? Simplify it. It makes no sense. You're running yourself raggedy. You're coming into work and then you're going home doing all of this stuff. It makes no sense. And so that really was the beginning. It really was the beginning of me becoming into who I am now and how I help others now. But I would say, going forward, it went from me being at the call center to me then getting into my full-time career that I had for almost 16 years as a paralegal specialist. And in that position, I found myself traveling from one agency or one firm to another, but I was still doing the same of helping others and encouraging and inspiring them
Mm.
to really just take hold of what other things it is that they wanted to do. And so, but I will back up a little bit and say that when I was 8 years old, I'm a little wise. I was a little wise beyond my years, is what they say. But when I was 8, I remember standing on my grandmother's shed, on the steps of her shed. And I was so I think I was so overcome with how I was looking out for everybody else because I've always been a leader in some sense of the word, right? Whether it's
Yeah.
for my sister and my brothers, my younger cousins, even some older people, right? But I remember standing on the steps of her shed and I yelled out to the world. I'm in a country setting surrounded by trees, so nobody heard me but me and the folks in the two houses next to me, right? But I said, when I get older, I'm going to travel the world and I want to inspire girls all around the globe to just believe in themselves,
Mm.
believe in who they are, believe in what it is that they're wanting to do, and just go for it. And as an 8-year old, me believing that I would one day do that is exactly what I became to do. So after
Wow.
graduating high school, I joined the military and I was traveling all around the world, empowering the ladies who were on the boat with me, as well as those that I would come in contact with when we docked. And then it went into now I'm out of the military, but I'm working at a call center doing the same exact thing, empowering them to go for their dreams, empowering them to, you know, not give up when times get rough. And now going forward into now 2022, um, still doing the same thing, working with women around the globe, inspiring them in life, in their mental wellness, in their businesses to, find peace, find, happiness in what it is that they're doing, and to begin to enjoy their journey while they're on it, not just stressing out while they're, in the middle
Mm.
of building and launching. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit about my journey into me becoming who I am.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, then tell us a little bit. So we've kind of zoomed up to 2022. You're working with clients. Tell us a little bit about the work that you tend to do, again, with entrepreneurs, with business leaders. What would you say is some of the most important work you're doing right now?
Wow. I would say the most important part of what I do is actually getting them to believe in themselves.
Mm.
That's the biggest part because you can create a system. I would say the unlearning of things that you've learned in the past that's not working. And a lot of times we hold on to stuff for so long because, well, they told me to do this or they told me to do that, or I saw someone else doing this and I saw them doing that, and it should work for me too. But everybody's journey is not the same, for one. And then when you get to that point when it doesn't work for you, you get frustrated, you get angry, you get bitter, you get jealous. So you have all of these emotions that make you want to now quit. You're ready to throw in the towel. And so I believe that one of the most important things that I do is tap into their mental wellness of it all. Because as
Yeah.
an entrepreneur or as a person in business, whether you are in it full time or not, it can take a toll on you mentally. It can take
Yes.
a toll on you mentally, which then trickles down into everything else that you're doing. So if you
Yeah.
don't believe in what you're doing, if you no longer believe in it because you've gone through some hardships, or if you're finding it hard to believe in yourself that you can really pull it off and do it, have faith that you can, have the faith in your skill set, then it's going to ultimately be hard for you to be successful. So I think
Mm.
the most important thing that I am doing right now is really tapping into the power of believing in yourself,
Yeah.
because once you believe in yourself, you can then begin to believe in your mission again and believe in moving forward. So it all begins with you. It all begins with you, but that's a big part. I really believe that is the biggest part to success in life and business is believing in yourself, believing in your skills and talents that you can
Yeah.
actually do it.
Yeah. Now, to the outsider looking in, that may seem somewhat fascinating because it's like, how could someone who has the guts to go out and start their own business, who's been, successful in all these different ways, how could they be struggling with believing in themselves? And so tell us a little, like, how do you think folks get to that point? And one of the things I think you mentioned was this idea of like no longer believing in yourself. And
Yeah.
I'd love for you to just unpack that a little bit. What are the things that cause folks who, again, have the boldness to go out and start their own thing to one day wake up and wonder, what in the world am I doing?
Absolutely. Listen, when we all start out with anything new, we always have this great enthusiasm about it. We're so excited. Oh my, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm gonna do. They become a part of the I'm gonna do crew. Okay. That I'm gonna do crew where they're always, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, but nothing is getting done. So they're always working. They're always creating. They're always working on something, and nothing is getting into the other side of being worked or being done, I should say, or being executed, or being implemented. So we're always excited when it's new. We're always excited
Yeah.
when it's new. And I think a lot of times where we go wrong is we believe or we trust in the wrong set of people to support us. That's like the first mistake. A lot of people A lot of entrepreneurs, I say they focus on family and friends first. Family and friends are not probably going to support you in what you're doing because they see you as the person they grew up with. They're not seeing you
Mm,
as the elevated person who now is a business owner, who is now
yeah.
a CEO. So because they don't understand that journey, unless they
Right.
are a business owner, they're really not going to be your main supporters. And so that's one place where you will find ways that people lose their passion or the passion for what it is that they're doing because they feel that they don't have support of the people who should support them the most. But
Right.
then the second part comes where you're not getting the support from the people you really want to sell to, right?
Mm,
And a lot of times that has to deal with how do you talk to them? Are you really talking to the people who you are here to serve? Do you really know who you're supposed to be serving? That's the first and foremost. Who are you serving and why are you serving them? When you don't know the who and why, you're lost from the beginning. And so understanding who you're serving, why you're serving them, and is it an ultimate mission that's in alignment with who you are and where you are in life? I
right.
believe that when we are doing things that's in alignment with who we are to our core, we'll always find ways to stay passionate about it, even when we're not making money,
Yeah.
even when it's long nights and the days are very, very short. We have no sleep. We're running on fumes. We will find ways to do things and to make things happen. But the way that people lose their passion is because they're focusing on the wrong things. So instead of focusing now on trying to make a sale, focus on the relationship that you form. Relationships are the new currency. If you don't know that by now, relationships are the new currency. You have to have relationships with people if you're going to make a sale, if you're going to scale your business, grow your business, make a name, have your brand become a household name. You
Mm,
have to have relationships. And if you don't know how to have a relationship, if you don't know how to communicate and just talk to people, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Not if you're wanting to be profitable with it. In today's world, you have to understand how to have conversations with people,
yeah.
especially your target audience. So talking their language is another way that I think entrepreneurs lose their way because they're probably not sure of who they should be marketing to or
Right.
offering their services to, and two, they don't know how to talk to them. I believe that when you tap into who you are servicing, it's probably going to be somebody who you've already been,
Right.
right? So for me, I am able to serve other entrepreneurs in business because I understand the journey. They
Yeah.
are where I have been. They are going through a struggle of, okay, so what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do this? What is my next step? Who's going to help me? Who's going to support me? Who's going to buy from me? Like all of those questions I've asked along the way over the years of becoming who I am. And so
Yeah.
because I have overcome those challenges and I've put it to test. I've put it to test and it's come back successful on my end of okay, this is what you should do. This is how you should do it. But also being in the right circles, being around people who are speaking life into not only their businesses and their life, but speaking life into you as well
Hmm.
and not sucking the life out of you, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's possible for, there are some people that will only be around you to take, but they're not offering, they're not giving you anything, they're not feeding and pouring into you. So again, being around those who are not supposed to be, in your circle, that is another way that you can begin to lose passion because you're now being so passionate about trying to prove something to them or trying to help them in some kind of way that you're losing focus on yourself.
Yeah.
So those are like the main ways that I see a lot of entrepreneurs losing the passion for their mission of why they created their business and why they started their business.
Right. Man, that is powerful. And it's so true. And I think especially for founders, entrepreneurs, there's shame that comes with it as well because they're like, I should know better. Like I
Yeah.
should have it all together. I should this or whatever it may be. And I think we undervalue relying on a community of folks
Yes,
who are there
yes.
to support us. So
Yeah.
I love how you've drawn that out. In terms of, so how do you do that? So someone's listening today and they're feeling it, right? They've been in it for a long time. They're fighting against the struggle of things, right? And they're resonating with what you're saying. Like, I've looked to the wrong people support for support? Where should they look?
Look within. You have to look within first, instead of looking out for, looking outside of yourself. And, the first step I always tell people is we need to do a self-analysis, a self-analysis that's going to, tell you who you are to your core. Who are you and why are you doing what you do? Like, understand that first and foremost. Before you can sell to anybody, you have to sell yourself. Sell yourself to yourself. If you can't sell to you of why you should be doing what you're doing, of, you know, instead of you worrying about somebody else, qualifying you or saying that you're
Right.
worth to tell or teach this, do you feel it? You have to really understand and believe in yourself. It comes back to that whole belief in yourself. Do you believe that you are qualified and you are certified within to know that you can help someone move and transition from where they are? That transformation has to happen, right? So can you help them transform?
Yeah.
Have you went through your own transformation to where you now know the things that you did along your journey to now, say, okay, I've implemented this in my life. It works for me. I've tried this on a couple of other people, and these are some other strategies that may work. So, yes, I can help others. I can help others. So you have to look within first to first begin believing in yourself again. Begin believing yourself, because a lot of times we allow other people to come in and shake us up, build down the foundation that we thought we had. But I would say when you look within, you begin to do a number of things. One, you begin to, whether you believe in it or not, you begin to meditate. You begin to speak life into you, speak life into what it is that you're wanting to do. Speak
Mm.
life into your business, speak life into your household, your family, your finances, speak life into it. Um, don't allow the negativity that's out in society to drain everything within you. So, because that's what society does, you have to constantly pour into yourself. And when you do that, that's what you're doing every single day. I wake up, this is what I do. I wake up, I pray, I then, I start to speak life. I then begin to meditate on the words that I'm speaking. I begin to believe in what it is that I'm saying. Actually, I attended a conference yesterday, and that conference was a confirmation to what it is that I'm doing on a daily basis as I, again, pour into myself every day so that I can serve others. Because every single day I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody. I'm hearing what they're going through. I'm hearing the problems, whether it's professional or personal. And that it can be a lot. It can be a
Yeah.
lot. But when you pour into yourself, you're pouring that solid foundation that I believe in me. I believe in me enough that I can help you transform, help you transfer, your skill sets to now becoming a full-time job or full-time income in your business, I
Yeah.
should say. Um, but that's the first step. The next step is after you begin to believe in yourself, then it's time for you to begin speaking that. Speak it out to the world, letting them
Mm.
know who you are. Reintroduce yourself. Reintroduce the new version that you have now revived or refreshed. Reintroduce yourself to the world, let them know who you are, what it is that you do. And hey, I'm here to help you. So those are like
Right.
the first two things. The first one is the hardest because we never want to really look inward. We want to just say, "Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem." When really and truly, it's within us. We
Yeah.
have the power to help ourselves. We just have to dig deep and really just assess ourselves.
Yeah. Excellent. I mean, it's so good and super practical too, right?
Yeah.
I think you just really identified some easy next steps for us. Not that it's easy to do, but it's easy to understand and get started. And
Yes.
so that's very great. Now, next question I have for you here is the one that I've been eager to get to because it's my favorite part of the show. And that is, I'd love to ask you, what's the biggest secret that you wish wasn't a secret? What's the one
Oh,
thing that you wish
wow.
everybody listening today knew?
The power of your yes. The power of your yes. Right. Um, it's so easy to say no. Easy to say no to everything and every opportunity that comes, unless it's like something that you really, really want, something that you've really, really been waiting for. But there is power in your yes. And when I say that, that is power in your yes to you, power in your yes to your life, your business, power in your yes to the things and the goals that you're wanting to achieve, right? And a little bit transparency. I say yes. And because I say yes to me and the things that I'm doing, I expect a yes from others. because not only am I saying yes, that I'm doing this for me, but because I'm asking you for something, or I come to you with a proposal for something, I'm expecting you to say yes to the opportunity to join me on this amazing ride, or wherever this ride is going to take us. I'm expecting a yes. So I walk in expectancy because I have owned the power of my yes. So
Yeah.
there is power in you saying yes to you, yes to your goals, yes to your dreams, yes to the vision that you have for your life and your business, but also yes to those who are around you to believe in you as well. And when you begin to believe that way, believe it or not, your mentality, your thought process will begin to radiate onto others, right? It's like that overpouring that comes out of you and now is dripping onto everybody else that's around you. So you're really and truly becoming that influencer of positivity all around you. And before you know it, like, you have blown up, your business is blown up, those around you have blown up, their businesses have blown up, because you are all interacting under the power of your yes. So I believe that is one of the greatest secrets that nobody really want to tap into. But there's power in your yes. We talk about the
Yeah.
power of no, but there is power in your yes.
Yeah. So good. So good. Now, I've worked with enough coaches that I know we have a knack for spending, the best of our time and energy helping our clients, but don't always leave enough time, to work on our own organizations. And so what I'd love for you to do is take your coach hat off for a moment, put your CEO hat on with the rest of us, and tell us a little bit more. What does the next phase of growth look like for you and your business?
Wow, I'm so excited for what it is that we're doing. OMG, okay? Um, Most recently, we decided to create a program where we are going to be certifying others to do what it is that I do. I've realized that I can't help all the billions of people in the world. There are millions of businesses that need help. There are millions of men and women who have started their businesses, who need help in their businesses, who need to learn how to scale, who needs to learn how to create, whether that's multiple streams of income, or whether that's creating a system and processes in place for their businesses. I can't do it all myself, and I definitely want to serve everybody. So we are creating our certification course that they will go through my course, or I will train them on how to do exactly what I do. No, nothing held back. I'm telling you everything and how I do it. Um, and then they'll have a certification. They can begin to start their own businesses and being a business growth strategist to helping other businesses. But along with that, we are taking the brand to the next level with everything that we're doing. So of course we have the Mogul TV Global Network. We're still working on scaling that with amazing shows coming to the network. We have about 15 shows. By the end of the year, we'll have 25. So these are already shows that you can't even see right now, but they're there. We're working on the launch phases of them. So we are so excited for everything that we're doing. And I'm so much more excited about the coaching side. Like, I love talking, as you can tell. I love talking, but I love sharing, and I love seeing people grow. I love to see their growth. I love to see their aha moments when we're talking, like, oh, I didn't even think about that. I know, that's why I'm here. But I will tell you that when I do coach, is not to teach them something that they don't already know, because I always start with everything that you need is already within. I'm just here to pull it out and put it together. So now you can go forward and have the successful business that you've always dreamed of. So
Yeah,
yes, that is a bit more about me as I'm scaling and growing in my business.
that's excellent. Excellent. And last question I have for you is, some folks have been listening and be like, I want that. Whatever she has, I want it. They want that help, the support, the knowledge, someone to help them get in there, pull it all out and get it together. So how can folks who are listening or watching today, how can they connect with you to learn more?
I'm on social media at I am Tameka Chapman, or you can visit my website, mogulmedia.us, MOGUL media.us. That's where you'll find pretty much everything about me as a coach and a founder and a creative. You'll find
Awesome.
everything there that I'm working on. So those are the two easiest ways to find me.
That's fantastic. Tameka, thank you so much for being on. It was such a pleasure having you. I know it was just I know it
Thank
was
you,
wonderful
Scott.
for me, and I think for those listening, it was great as well. For those of you who are listening, thank you so much for being here, for sharing your time with us. Your time and attention are the greatest honor you could bestow, and we just deeply appreciate it. I'm so glad you're here, and can't wait to look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.